Welcome, Srinivasa. Thanks for joining us in the product talk today. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the product talk by Pragmatic Leaders. So today, as we all know, we have Srinivasa with us, and we're going to discuss about the next generation e-commerce today. Before moving ahead, I would like to give you all a little brief about his journey so far. So he has a very interesting product journey where he started as a technical product manager and gradually entered into product management role. He has worked with various brands including Motorola, Sears Holding Corporation, and currently is working as a principal product manager at Kohl's, that is a e-com retail platform. Let's welcome him. And Srinivasa, I would like you to take the session forward from here.
Sure. Hey, thanks, Piyush, and thanks for the opportunity. Hey, everyone. This is Srini, and thanks for that intro. Yeah, just for the background, yeah, I have been working in e-commerce for over 9 years, and I want to take this opportunity to share my knowledge on integrated retail. That's had been my specialty for over 9 years. So for today's session, I just want to go over what is integrated retail. I'll be touching it very high level. Please feel free to stop me and ask me any questions. We can dig deeper or whatever you guys want to know more about it. Most of my experience in integrated retail, I'm coming from both Sears and Kohl's. Both these companies are brick and mortar companies with over $1 billion market shares. So, and that's where most of my experience is. Again, we can make this interactive. Please feel free to ask any question that you guys have. But I'll get started. I have a quick presentation. Hope you guys are able to see my screen, right? All of you?
Yes.
All right. So I'll go through step by step on this one. Again, as I told, I'll do it at very high level. Stop me and I can give you more real-time examples and the things that both Sears and Kohl's were doing at that particular time. Okay. So on the agenda for today, I wanted to go into what integrated retail means. Again, I think you guys are familiar with the e-commerce side of it. So integrated retail, it's not a new concept, but there is a lot of innovation happening on the integrated retail side. That's what I thought would be a good thing to share. Also, I'll go through what integrated retail is, what are the strategies in integrated retail that's happening right now, what are the advantages, disadvantages of integrated retail, and the innovations happening on the storefront and in the integrated space that the companies are doing. Okay. So the first one is what is integrated retail, right? Your traditional will be where you go into a shop and you buy stuff or you return stuff in a brick and mortar store. And next came the online retail where you order an item online and it gets shipped to your home. The third one is a combination of both of these two, where you can order online, you can pick up in store, or the stores will be the one sending the shipment to you, or you buy an online item and you want to return it, you can go walk into a store and return it. So for all these examples, right, I'll use Sears or Kohl's. So if you're getting confused or if it's not clear, stop me. So in the strategies, right, the one biggest one that we use, and most of the retailers, at least I'm familiar with the US market, have started using the buy online, pick up in store. So this is where a customer is using e-commerce, either their mobile or desktop or a mobile application. They look at an item and they say, yeah, I want this item. But I can show them the nearest store that they can go and pick this item. Let's say a Sears store is carrying, for example, that red shirt that you want, and it's available in that store. Then I can say that, yeah, I will pay online. I like that shirt, but I want to go to the store and pick it up. And that's called the BOPUS flow, which is it's pretty standard across all companies. Like I have given some examples of Home Depot, Lowe's, every major retailer like Walmart, Target, everyone is using that flow. The second one is shipping an item to a store. It's a little variation of your pickup in store where you're ordering an item, but let's say the store doesn't have that item, and they'll tell the customer saying that, hey, why don't you come in 2-3 days? I'll have that item ready for you. And they will try to get that item from any warehouse and put it there for you to come and pick it up. But all your payments and everything can be online, and you will directly go to the store. There will be a pickup location. You just show your ID, and they'll pick up that item and give it to you. Okay. The third one is a bigger variation, which is called ship from store. This is where your brick and mortar store is acting as a warehouse. So you place an order and you want it shipped to your home. The Let's say you're in California and I have a store in California. So instead of sending this item from Illinois, I can have it shipped from California itself to your home. And I'll tell one of the stores in California to say that, hey, can you pick this red shirt and ship it to this person? Okay. So that's the other variation. And the fourth one is returns at store. So you buy an item either in online or in a brick and mortar store. And when you want to return it, you will have a flexibility to return it either way you want. Let's say you purchase an item, you got it into your house, and now you don't like it. You walk into that particular retailer, for example, Sears, and say that I don't want this item, and you drop it there, right? Or let's say you brought an item from a brick and mortar store and you don't like it, the retailer will provide you an option to ship it out so that you don't have to again drive 10 miles to return that item. So these are the typical very high level strategies that most of the retailers are doing right. So the next one, right, as you go, these are the few quick snapshots that I took from different retailers. So this is how they advertise pick up in store. They say like, okay, you shop online and then we will make it ready for you to come and pick it up. You go to a reserved location and we'll come and give that item to you. Walmart has a similar kind of stuff where they say, yes, you choose a pickup store you want and we'll make it ready and you will come and pick it up. So again, Home Depot, pretty much you see that the basic flow of each of these are pretty similar. They're using their store inventory to, once you place an order, they pick an item in the store, they put it aside for you so that no one else can buy. The flow of each of it from different retailers is also pretty similar. And the strategies that they're using also is pretty similar. So going over the advantages and disadvantages, right? So on the advantages side, since you are using your store and your online warehouses, in a best way to serve your customers, it gives you a lot of flexibility. One of it is that you can fulfill it from anywhere. Like the example, if I ship it from Illinois to a person in California, it's going to take more time and it's going to be more costly. But if I can ship an item from California, local store in California to that person in California, it's going to be cheaper and faster. So now I have, for example, Sears had like almost 3,000 stores. I think right now they're in bankruptcy. But when they had 3,000 stores all over the country, think about the flexibility I have to get that item to that customer in the fastest possible way, right? So I can quickly get it to the nearest store and tell them to ship it out today, and I can beat it by couple of days if I have a warehouse in the farthest part of the country and it has to take 3 days to ship that item to you. So that's the biggest advantage. And again, all retailers are in it. I know that Walmart is doing this one. Home Depot has been doing it, and Sears and Kmart and Target have been doing this for a long time. Okay, and the second one is you combine it, right? You're making an integrated seamless experience so that an item in the store and your item in the warehouse doesn't make sense, but I can tell that I have hundreds of items and I'll tell that the customer, hey, you want to buy this, we have this available. So I'm exposing the inventory of a brick and mortar online, and making it available for the customer to choose how they want to get it, whether they can get it at home or get it at a store. But I'm actively or majorly doing is that I'm exposing all my deals or my inventory, my type of items that I carry online so that it's easy for the customer, right? Like think about environment where it's so diverse with very hot places in Florida and stuff like that to very cold places in Illinois and above. So now we have inventory that carried both in the stores in the Florida and like the winter jackets in Illinois. I have exposed all that stuff, and I can get that any particular item to that customer. So it's a lot of advantage that the retailers have been seeing exposing the store inventory online. And again, the other one is that you give the seamless experience to the customer, right? You can buy anywhere, you can drop anywhere, you can return anywhere, you can exchange anywhere. Like if you are a person who uses e-commerce a lot, great, you can do it. And if you're nearest to a store, you drop it for a return or you pick it up from that store. If you're a person who likes to use brick and mortar, great, you can browse everything online and you can go to the pickups, go to a store because you know that that item, that red shirt that you're looking for is in that store before you walk into that store. Um, the second is the retailers are able to save shipping charges because, like the example I gave, where they are able to send it from the most optimal location to the customer rather than having all the inventory in one point and have to ship it across the country. Right now, like I was saying, that each store is acting as a warehouse, right? But if you guys are familiar with a warehouse is more like a conveyor belt. It's very sophisticated. If you have seen videos of how Amazon handles it, it's pretty automated. They have the best or the fastest way of fulfilling an item. And the warehouse gives you that flexibility that a typical store acting as a warehouse cannot give you that. So, like, if you are shipping one shirt, you might want to put it in a very small box and ship it out. But the store might not have 20 different types of boxes to put that stuff, or different type of packing materials, or different type of weigh machines and stuff like that. So you cannot replicate everything that you have in a warehouse in a store. So you will lose that edge of sophistication or automation that you can have in a warehouse that you won't be able to do it in the stores. So that's one thing that stores are struggling. They're trying to automate it. They're trying to staff it. They're putting more equipment and computers that can help in shipping and the shipping materials and all that stuff. But again, you cannot replicate the efficiency of a warehouse in 3,000 store locations. So that still will be a limitation. The other one is the staffing, the personnel there, right? They are servicing a customer in the store. They're also packing the items. They're unpacking the items. They're doing multiple things that you cannot expect a hourly associate to be having at that level of expertise to be able to ship properly or to be able to do handling of the backroom computers as well also to take care of the customers, also do the job of putting it in shelves and stuff like that. So there is a limitation in the workforce that you can have in the store that will impact your integrated retail. The other one that is pretty common for all brick and mortar stores is that the item is typically not in the place that it should be. Like, for example, you're trying out a shirt, you take it to a fitting room, you most probably leave it there, right? But I get an order, I'm looking for that red shirt in the shelf, I won't find it. I have to go around looking at all the trial rooms to see if that shirt is there. So the inventory in your room, in your store, typically moves around. So it's hard and it's time consuming for the associates to say where I can find that item. So there are multiple ways that retailers are working on this one to reduce that kind of issues. They're tagging it and stuff like that. But this is one of the things that I have seen both in Sears and in Kohl's, where the inventory is sometimes hard to find. So if I can't find an item, I have to go ahead and cancel the order saying that, hey, sorry, we don't have this item at this point. Okay. I haven't touched more on the marketplace. Marketplace is something that the retailers, the brick and mortar companies or the big brand companies help sell the items of different vendors. Like for example, Sears used to have a marketplace for all the furniture stores like Wayfair and Overstock. So like Sears typically doesn't have a lot of furniture, so they used to have this marketplace. Again, Wayfair is a big furniture store. So we used to put those items, the Wayfair items, into the Sears.com, and that marketplace items are also sold as a Sears item. So you can buy a red shirt and also your sofa set right at the Sears store. The challenge was that you buy a marketplace, but for a customer, I don't know whether I'm buying it from Sears or I'm buying from another retailer. But if I want to return it, I want to go and return it in a Sears store. So the ones I saw, which are really weird returns, are where a customer bought in a $500 camera to a Kmart store and they wanted to return it. So the Kmart typically doesn't sell any cameras more than $50. Now they are stuck with a $500 camera. What do they do, right? I mean, it's hard to get a one-off item into your store and being able to return it or take care of that item. So the stores will eat up that loss and dump it as a clearance sale and stuff like that. So it's not optimal. Where we are giving the flexibility to the customer, we will create a touch point or a hard sell for the stores to be able to handle those inventories. All right. Next one is the innovation happening on the retail industry. So since we are collecting and we are merging your stores with the online, now I can be very smart at predicting the demand that's going to happen in the store. So I know how many times the customers are in your zip code are viewing the item that I'm selling in the store, and I can plan my demand accordingly. And for example, let's say you have hundreds of shelves with hundreds of items. They used to do the replenishment once a day or once a week, where the store associates will manually scan all the inventories to say, oh, these shirts are running out. I have to put new set of store shirts in itself. But right now, since I'm integrating it, I know exactly what which item out of those 100 are falling below a threshold, and I can ping my associate saying that, hey, these shirts are running low. Can you go stack it up, or can you go place an order so that you can be ready for the next week? So it's like a very smart way of handling the inventories, and the store telling the store using all that intelligence, saying that, hey, this is what you need to be ready. Okay. Also, like I was explaining you guys, where it's hard to find an item. If think about the mega stores like Kohl's, where they have thousands of square foot of storefront. If they're trying to optimize the footprints of the associate, like let's say I want to pick up a one shirt and then all the way go to the other side of it to pick a socks for the customer, right? So um, I can take up the whole storefront and give a plan on how the associate can walk around the store in an optimal way, so that I can pick up this shirt and the socks in the best or the fastest way possible. So there are a lot of innovations to map the store, to tell the store associate like, hey, this is how you can fulfill it. This is how you can stack the racks so that it's fastest way possible for the customers. There is RF tags. These are the radio tags, that small chips that get attached to your costly inventory, that tells you exactly where that item is in the store. If the item leaves the store, you know that where any loss or any theft or anything, you can detect it. And also, like exactly the inventory you're carrying in the store by just looking at that radio frequencies. Okay. So right now, there are a lot of stuff that you go into a store, you talk to an associate. Let's say you're buying a big ticket item like a refrigerator. Then you talk to an associate, and the associate says, hey, can I take your email so that I can tell you more offers and stuff like that. So I'm capturing your experience online anyway through the browsing, but I'm also capturing your experience in the store, and I'm integrating both of it to give you the best targeted offer. So let's say you browsed the store for a refrigerator and you come online, and I can take that knowledge that you came to the store and give it to the online, and the online can give you an offer saying, hey, we have 20% off for your refrigerators. So, or the same way around, right? You start your search for a refrigerator online. By the time you walk to the store, the associate can know that, hey, this is Srini, and I know that you're shopping for a refrigerator. These are the deals that we have in the store. So there is a lot of investment having to have these personalized targeted offers and trying to integrate your shopping experience in store to your online experience. Okay. And the last one is the optimizing the fulfillment, like the example I gave you between shipping from Illinois or shipping from California. There's a lot of optimization that you can do. What is the best possible way to get this item to you in the fastest possible time and the cheapest time? The other innovations are, you might have heard it, artificial intelligence. Retail industry uses artificial intelligence a lot. Most of it is used to predict your shopping behavior. They're trying to personalize it to say that exactly like know my name, my gender, my preference, my family thing, if I have kids, and all that stuff, so that I can really target it specifically for Srini to say that, hey, I know you have 2 kids, and this is the offer for you, kind of stuff. So that's the big thing that I have seen, and I have seen that growing a lot in the industry. And most of that also for your inventory demands, like what is this zip code, people in this zip code buying versus the other zip code, so that I can buy more stuff specific to this particular zip code. The other ones that you have seen probably for the Amazon, where they're trying to have a counterless checkout experience, where you come in with your phone, you check in, you put all the stuff that you want to buy in your cart, and you just walk out, right? There won't be a counter for checking you out. The ones that Kohls are trying to do is more like a robotic cart that walks with you. You can ask questions. You can talk about like, hey, what is the feedback? What is the rating of this refrigerator? Or you can ask or browse different prices, offers, everything. Where it's like a robot and a shopping cart that follows you along the store. And once you're done, you can come out directly where it's the checkout is already done. No. So the counterless checkouts, again, like it's heavily monitored, and it's still in the general, like more at a proof of concept stage. I haven't seen a full-fledged uh, counterless checkout in Illinois, but that's pretty much the future. I'm pretty sure, and that's where your RFIDs and stuff like that, where they tag every item, so they know exactly where that item is going. So if you put it in your cart, it automatically detects it and tells that, yeah, now this item is on your cart and not on the shelf. And the other place that they want to reduce is the associates. So they want to automate the whole storefront by being able to take the, like if you place an order and someone has to fulfill it, currently it's done by an associate. They want to automate it by the robots, like quickly have a robo kind of stuff with a robo arm, gets an item, it just finds the item, puts it in its bucket, and comes down to a central location where they can ship it and send. So that's a big thing happening. Hopefully you are able to get a whole overall picture of what retailers in US are doing for the integrated retail. Any questions?
What about chatbots?
Oh, yeah.
If
I
it's
didn't cover the chatbots. Yes. I have seen Sears investing a lot of money in that one.
yeah,
The way it goes is that anytime you call a retailer, they charge to the companies around $3 to $4. So what they're trying to do is to have these bots able to answer your basic questions like what happened to my order? Is it ready, or what's the status of it? Can I return this item, and all that stuff. They're putting a lot of intelligence for the last few years that they have developed, like what kind of calls come into the stores or to the control center, and be able to create that. So I agree. The Autobots to help the customers is being done by the retailers. How can you see price mentions in cryptocurrency? I don't think retailers will do cryptocurrency anytime soon. I've attended a lot of roadmap plannings and strategy plannings. None of it has any cryptocurrency for 2019. Volatile buying or selling goods, real goods, for a cryptocurrency. I don't see that happening in 2019 for sure. It's not adopted again in the US. Which has a very strong banking and credit card economy. Cryptocurrency is still like more in research phase or things like that. Not it is not adopted as a day-to-day transaction tender type yet, right? So unless every retailer, or at least the major retailer, says that I can take cryptocurrency, it's not going to happen. Blockchain as a technology is going to come in. I have seen financial industries moving into blockchain. Blockchain itself gives a lot of flexibility and also like security and transaction accuracy, right? So those I think will come in. And again, with reference to both Sears and Kohl's, I saw more into artificial intelligence and automating the stores and stuff like that. I haven't seen going into blockchain yet. But I think that's going to happen. Like how everyone in the industry is migrating to open source technologies or service-based technologies, blockchain will be the future that we all will have to migrate. Okay, so what you see the future of ecom? For the stores, till what span of years will it keep booming? So it's going to be there. It's just a huge market. You always will buy. The way it's going right now is, at least the Amazons and the Targets and big companies are trying to do, is that they want to make it very seamless. Like, for example, you go to a store, you pick the item you want, and you come down, right? But if you're in e-commerce, you order something and it comes to you in 2 days or 3 days. Now they want to reduce that to make it seamless. Whether you open your mobile and say, I want this, it will be there in your house within an hour, right? And that's where it's going to go to. And the storefronts are trying to make it more as an experience. Like you're not just going there to pick up an item, you're going there to know about that stuff. Like, for example, if you want to talk to a person who is expert in refrigerators to talk about what kind of refrigerators on the market and stuff like that, it's going to be more like you try out stuff, or you have different types of experiences when you go to the store rather than just a buying experience. So that's where we are moving into. to give you that more than a shopping experience when you go to the store. And when in the e-commerce, making that shorter and shorter as it progresses. So maybe in the future you click on it and someone will ring your bell and say that, yeah, here is the item. So it might be that fast that you might be getting it under an hour, that item. So there is a lot of things going on with a huge market and opportunity in the e-commerce business. So it's not going to slow down anytime soon. We'll see a lot of innovation happening in the e-commerce front.
What about the perishable goods? And how, I mean, it's quite challenging. How would they actually manage from the back end?
So on, go ahead, sorry.
Perishable goods.
So on the perishable goods, right? So I have seen Walmart already doing it and Amazon doing it. Amazon Fresh is there, and also Walmart has, I think they call it something. But they also, what they're trying to do is that the area of coverage is that within certain distance or certain miles of their central location of perishable goods. So, and that order life is no more than a day. So if you place an order now, it should be delivered in 3-4 hours. Otherwise, they'll go ahead and cancel it. So the perishable goods will have a shorter lifetime, right? It's not like I can ship, milk or anything for more than 2 days, and I have to worry about refrigeration if I'm putting aside for you and stuff like that. For Kmart, we tried it. It's a very costly proposition to keep stuff aside for you. Sears has done that for a while, and again, we cancel the orders within a day. So let's say you want milk, we get it out from a retailer, we put it aside in a refrigerator for you. If you don't come within a day, we cut it off, we cancel the order. But again, that is one of the opportunity for the retailers to give you a complete experience, right? Where you don't want to run to a store just for bananas or just for milk. And that's where most of the customers would like to have that flexibility to say that, hey, I'll pay you $2 more. Can you get this delivered to my home in an hour? Yeah. And every retailer is trying to adapt to that. I think in the future, there are more chains like Jewel-Osco and things like that, which are specialty in produce and perishable goods. They are trying to find ways where they can integrate with third-party delivery systems. We have Instacart, where all they do is they don't carry an inventory, but they go to the stores which carry it and pick it up for you for a specific price and send it to you and get it to your home. So they're combining forces with those those companies to get those items to you.
Which is like aggregators.
Yes, absolutely. There are restaurant aggregators, and Instacart is more like items delivered to your home.
Yeah, quite interesting, but very challenging, I guess.
It is super challenging. I mean, think about it. If you are placing an order for $20, for a person to be dedicated for you to go pick those items from a store and come back to your home and drop it would be around, let's say, an hour. And the minimum charges for that person would be no less than $10 to $15, right? So for a $20 order, I probably margin will be $2 or $3, and on top of it, I'm spending $13 to get it delivered to your home, which is a huge expense if there is no volume. But I think the whole industry understands that solving that issue is the biggest thing for the future, and whoever gets it to the market fast will have the and be able to do it, like how Amazon did it for e-commerce. Whoever can solve this issue and bring the price down would be a big winner. And I think Uber is one of the companies that's trying hard to get into that. So because Uber is like social, I'm free today. I have a couple of hours. I can jump in. pick up few deliveries for few people and make extra money, right? And once I have that social kind of a delivery integrated, the prices will certainly go down because I'm not an employee of any company. I'm not waiting for that full hour to get a delivery order to do it, right? I'm on my way, and on my way, if I can get an order saying that, hey, can you pick it up from here and drop it there, and I'll give you $5, maybe it'll work for me. Right? Like how all the taxi costs came down so much just by Uber coming in. That's the same thing that they're trying in retail also, where they can send orders to group of people who are available, and someone can pick it at the lowest cost and say, I'll deliver it for you for this price.
Yeah, it's almost like we're going back several ages. So an uncle is going there, so let's send it with him.
Yes,
The truck.
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's true. It's true. Yeah, but that's the only way we can beat the speed of this one. So,
And what about the services and which are like, in retail?
the
Very,
services industry,
yeah.
right? The
So,
repairs and stuff like that,
yeah, repairs or,
installations and stuff.
yeah, installation, of course, there would be third party, as you said, like
Yeah.
service, this one. But when it is in a healthcare industry, health retails, like,
Okay.
how would that work? Would there be something like that, like integrations?
Um,
Or,
so at least I can give you the retail reference of it, man. So Sears used to have their own installers, and they opened the market for other installers too. So if you're a contractor and you get certified, and you can be part of the system to say that I want to be part of the Sears installations. And once the order is placed, and let's say I know this installer, and I can tell Sears saying that I want it installed by this installer, and the order automatically flows to them, and they come and install it. So it's kind of giving the flexibility to the customer to choose who they want. They don't have to be stuck with one person. And I think might work for the medical. I'm not familiar. I haven't worked in any medical, so I don't know the reference to it. But I'm pretty sure they might be integrating something because I have seen marketplaces for dentists where you can tell what kind of things that you generally do and with a dentist in a year, like what kind of troubles and stuff like that, and they will give a list of dentists near you who are the best rated or the cheapest with that expertise. So I think they are building that kind of marketplace for the services too, but I'm not very hands-on that one myself.
yeah, absolutely. Here, Practo, Just Dial, and Vibrate. Yeah,
I
they
see.
have. Yeah, they
So
have
you
this.
you get in and be part of the network, and you get, I mean, the
Yeah,
network will send patients to you guys. Okay.
yeah. It's almost like that. Like you call in or just Google and see on Just Dial which some keywords, and then they would really show which area around 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers coverage,
I
all the
see.
list. Yeah. And again, it has become a like free, paid, and pro, and within 9 lists on Google, like it is paid versions have developed. Probably that's how they do it.
Okay. Okay, I'm
It's
sure,
very
man. I'm sure. Yeah, I think the industry is going also towards more subscription model where you pay some money every month and you get a free delivery, right? Like Amazon has the Fresh
yeah,
where they charge few dollars more, and you can always get the items delivered for free. So how do you take care of reverse supply chain, right? So the reverse supply chain is the costly piece of e-commerce, right? Because you don't have a store, you're saving all the money of that one, but when it comes to reverse is the huge cost, where there can be a lot of fraud. You don't know what kind of item is being sent back and all that stuff. So on the reverse supply chain, I've seen few, at least for years, they were trying to see, let's say you bought a shirt online and it came to your house, and it's let's say it's not the color, or it's too tight or something, and you can say you don't want to wait another 3 days to return this, and again 3 more days to get a new item. So what they were trying to integrate is that, let's say you don't like it, you put an order saying that, can I get an exchange for this item? By the time you ship it out, the other shipment will start coming to your house. So they're trying to reduce the time in the reverse logistics for that one. Again, for at least for brick and mortars, there is a huge change, and most of the retailers are already up to speed on this one, that they will take an online item in any store. So you purchase it online, doesn't matter, you're in Illinois and you purchase an item shipped to in California, you come back to Illinois and you want to return it to a particular store, they'll take it. So all that, like exposing all the online order information to every store is already done. So they can take it, they can verify the item, they can give you the exact money that you need to get and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I recently came across something. When we order a product and then we want to return it back, and the return cost would be much more, like the 3/4 of that same amount.
Yes.
So it would be the same for people who have shipped it, and
Yes.
so they offered that we won't be taking it back, but we can give you another choice. What do you want to buy for the same amount? You keep the product. That's okay.
Oh yeah, it happened to me personally with Amazon. It didn't come on time. I didn't know what's happening. I called them. They said it canceled. It got canceled. And I placed one more. I got the new item, and after 1 week or so, I got that old item. And said like it's a heavy, bulky one. And I said like I don't want two of them. They just said keep it or throw it. I mean, we don't want it. And like sometimes it doesn't worth shipping it back. Um,
Yeah.
right? You already shipped it once, so you took the charge on that. Now, if you want to ship it back, and that's again the fault of the retailer, where they have to chip in the cost for shipping. It's like pretty much zeroes out everything. So yeah, I have personally seen that. Again, that's a problem with a pure online shops, where anything interaction has to be shipping to and fro is a hard thing.
What about virtual realities and those things? Would that be integrated in innovation? I mean, it's an innovation, so they integrate it in retail.
Yeah, no, the good point. I haven't seen it for 2019 roadmaps, but uh, I, I I don't know whether retailers completely are able to. I think they probably, it's not forefront of it, because your augmented reality equipment is not a cheap item, right? Like, your iPhone, which supports that, or your Samsung's phones, they're not cheap pieces anymore. It's like $1,000 pieces. So I, maybe they don't see the return of investment at this point, uh, but it might come. I mean, or at least the retailers haven't figured out the best way to integrate it. And I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of research going on that one to see how that would be a huge plus for the retailers.
Yeah, for the TV and all those things, like some of the shopping malls, like they have it. Like for Sony.
Yeah, only those electronic ones. And I'm thinking like the Sony, I don't know, but only I have seen few in the Apple stores or the Microsoft specialty stores.
Mm.
Sony I haven't visited, but yeah, I'm sure they will be having. Yeah, that's where that thing is, right? Not the Yeah, I didn't see any retailers showcasing those technologies yet. Probably I'm not up to speed on that.
The entertainment industry is integrating it in a very, very high thing, which I came across, and I was so surprised to see that, because I did not know anything about this AR and all these things. It's about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
I think that will
weddings,
adapt faster. Yeah.
yeah, for weddings, birthday parties, and all this.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. See, I mean, that's certainly a good use case, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, like someone remote can just plug it in and feel as if it's part of the party. That's a very strong use case, actually.
And it is like it's actually, it caters to the to the status for them. So
Right,
it's
right,
in.
right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole entertainment industry will go that way. Right, right, guys. Piyush, anything you want to add?
Yes. So I think let's wind up the session. Thanks a lot for joining us today, Srini, and the insights shared by you were very useful, and the session was very interactive. And I hope every one of us have got answer to all our queries. Before ending the session, I would like to give you all a little brief about Pragmatic Leaders. So we started this organization with the objective of building a new generation product managers and train them for the jobs of future. So with this, we have built an immersive product management bootcamp where you will be paired up with our in-house development team and you will be allowed to build and ship a real product. You can go on our website and check out our course. Uh, our cohort 3 is starting very soon, and we also have a very interesting sessions lined up uh, for the upcoming month. So you can go and check out on our website that as well. And if you have any queries related to product management, you can anytime reach out to Srini. He'll share his mail ID as well. And you can also reach out to me if you are looking for a transition in product management. And once again, thanks a lot, Srini, for joining us today.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. It's a very interesting
Thank you
session.
so much. Thank you so much.
All
It is
right.
very, very
Thanks.
interesting. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.